I have this tactic that I use that makes me instantly become so much more confident in the moment. And I think that it may be able to help you too. If you just give me a couple of minutes, I'll explain it to you and you can use it to become instantly, instantly become confident in your day to day goings on. It's an instantaneous moment. And it doesn't hold for a long period of time, but in the moment, it works very well. And what it's going to require you to do is have a journal. And I want you to write down all the times in the past when you have been confident in your life. And now I've got these from when I was going out and going practicing being confident. When I was living in Canada, I didn't know anybody. I was out there all by myself and I was just trying to develop my confidence and develop my personality and all of this and become a better version of who I am. And I would go out and I'd interact with strangers and I'd write down good things, bad things, etc. What I could do better every interaction, so I would become better and better. Every day I would just try to do at least one person, but often like multiple interactions, and like being charismatic and being fun, engaging, delightful. Delightful is the one that I was going for. And just having these interactions, and I was writing them down. I've got loads and loads of these in here now. Not actually that many, but like, not, I haven't filled the whole thing up. But like, there's a load of pages up here of notes and of me practicing being confident. Now, but the thing is, you don't have to have already done that, because I guarantee you in your life, you have moments that you practice, or without intentionally, moments where you were confident in life, socially, in some dynamic where you said the right thing, you were delightful, you were charismatic in some social environment, with your friends, with strangers, in a shop, in a coffee shop, in with a hotel staff, with a waiter, somewhere along the line, with a stranger, on the street, in the park, wherever it has been, in the queue, waiting for something. There is so many moments in your life that you've probably already shown a cool, charismatic, socially confident person. And I want you to go back and remember those things and write them down. Have notes of these things. Literally just think about them and come back, write them down. How did you feel? What did you say? And you remember these things because it's significant, because we don't do it often. And just really focus, and even if you only got one or two or three, that's gonna be enough for you. Because then what I want you to do before the next time you're gonna have to go out and socialize and do some sort of interacting with other people, it can be people you know, it could be strangers, whatever it is, I want you to look back and read over and get the emotional state to come back into you of what it was like to be in those moments where you were confident. And then you can reinvigorate that emotion inside of you. And this is what it works for me, because I go back and I look at and I feel confident, because in the moment afterwards I'm feeling exuberant. I'm buzzing because I've done something cool. Like, it's not like, being not like cool like in, oh, that's cool, like I mean as in, like, I've done something that has been exciting for my body, exhilarating, by just being delightful, having a conversation with somebody, socializing in a delightful way with another human being. And I've wrote it down, and then it allows me to bring myself into that moment again. These memories that I have of it, they're attached and remembered in here, and I reread them and allow my emotions to get back into there. And it's like a shortcut to the practice of being confident, because I've already done a load of reps. And unlike a muscle in the gym, which you have to do continuously, and if you stop working out your muscles, they start to go smaller and smaller and flatter, and you become weaker and weaker. And something is the same with the emotions and this confident. Like, you need to practice being confident. Like, people who are really confident, charismatic, they go in and practicing every day at this thing until it becomes natural. For us, people who are maybe more socially awkward and have social anxieties and all of this, and shy people, it's harder, and I have to practice. I have to really work hard at it. But because I've done that in the past, I now have these shortcuts to it. And unlike with the muscles that become weaker and weaker over time, you can actually reinvigorate almost instantaneously that entire emotional state into your body again, allowing you to be confident. And it works really well. It's very effective. It just makes me feel so much more confident just thinking about the times in my past where I have been really confident and charismatic. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be the most coolest ever saying in the world that I did, but like it was just good, like just good. It was just pleasant. It's like the interactions were great, or even just good, you know. And if you have a load of these to rest upon, then your brain gets over the worry, the anxiety of knowing what to say and like how uncomfortable you're going to be. You now have like, you know, that in the moment that it's going to be okay, that this person isn't going to reject you, that you've been also, you know, had all these positive responses by doing these things. And we forget about that. Our emotions in the moment are always going to go into, particularly for people like me with social anxiety and like extreme early as a teenager, it was so bad. Like my default state is to run and hide and panic. And I'm using this to override my initial emotions, because that's what's always going to happen, is like I'm going to go into that panic state and the stress state. And so I'm using this as a shortcut, my memories as a shortcut to overcome that emotional resistance, that friction, to give me that activation energy that allows things to just flow, to realize in the past I've done it before and it's been great and the people have been very responsive. And it normally, most of the time, 99% of the time, when you try and you do a social interaction, it normally ends positive. And you've got all of that history, all of this there. It's the evidence that can overpower your fear in the mind, the irrational panic that is stupidly always present in the social anxiety brain, and it's very hard to get rid of. But by doing this, you can overcome the stupid brain problems and deliver yourself into a much more regulated emotional state where you can then build upon it. Because, you know, my brain is just going to always want to reject, and so it closes down. It doesn't look at people, it doesn't make eye contact, it hides away, and I have to overstep it. I have to really focus, I have to really try. And as soon as I remember these things, and the emotional states, it comes back, and I can do it so much easier. And it's like those reps that you need to do to practice something. It's like instead of having to actually lift those weights again and get back into the gym and do it for like months, if not years, to build back your muscles, you can almost instantly gain your muscles back, your confidence back, by having a record of it and then just recalling it, going over those, and then you're in that moment, you lift yourself up. And then obviously my brain defaults back into its regular state after a while. But at least it's there, and it's a great trick, a great tool, and I would recommend it for people. For even if you don't have social anxiety, I would recommend it, because most people could do with being confident, unless you're exuberantly confident already, and then you wouldn't be watching a video like this to begin with. So, absolutely try and put down all the times in your life that you have been confident and charismatic, and just use them as this refresher and of an emotional state, of the things you said, of how you acted, how it felt, and it will bring back a whole level of confidence into you in those moments when you need it to be a socially confident person. Anyway, thank you for listening. I hope that made sense. Have a fantastic day. I wish you the best of luck.